The two most disrespected, forgotten moves that blew up my back and unlocked my posture. Too many jabronis out here talking about when I walk into a room, I want my presence to be felt. You wanna know where that starts with? Your damn posture and paying down the damn rent every single day. Let's get into it because that's exactly what we're about to do. First order of business is let's get the Birkenstocks on, or shoes, whatever the hell these are called. I'm gonna show you something. You're probably like, what the hell's going on? Start the bar on the ground. Secondly, you're gonna take a tank top, you're gonna put it on because we're damn gentlemen. And here on this page, we're here to bring back class. You understand? But we're gonna get down and do a move that you guys absolutely hate. And those are Zerchers. Stop sleeping on the Zercher. You wanna know why? This is real flexibility. And I hate that word flexibility. This is mobility. Flexibility is just being able to touch your toes. But what if you could touch your toes with some pounds going on? Pause. I feel like we needed a pause there. Just call that one what it is. But then be able to explode from that range of motion. That is why the Zercher, and the way you do them is I like to strap it on, get my feet situated, and those of you guys are like, dude, these are too hard. Even if you're sitting down and just practicing getting into this, that's progression. Rome wasn't built in a day. Now, Crusadia, for example, the very first digital nation, that's what we're trying to do is speed run that. But good news for you, you don't have to worry about creating a population of some of the most excellent individuals you've ever seen in your life. You just need to worry about blowing up your back and unlocking posture in the process. So what I do in this position, take your hips, shoot them out, and your body simply follows. That's it. And then when you reset, I like to almost come down like a squat kind of deal, personally, all the way down. Then I shoot my hips back up, body follows. Just like that. Come down, that's how I personally like to do these. Come down, then I shoot my hips out, head and body follow, just like that. You know something? I'm in such a good mood. I'm gonna give you guys a proper side show. Same idea, come up, down, shoot my hips up, just like that. See, start here, shoot hips up, follow. Down, shoot hips up, follow. And if you feel like, for example, you're one of these people, and let me give you a better angle maybe, you can also really crank it up by just doing RDLs. People call these Jefferson curls, but you can progress like this if you'd like. Pause. Down. But that's first order of business. You're like, Uncle Rommy, you promised us two. Yeah, that is what you asked for, and that's what I'll deliver. Let's get to it. All right, we're gonna have to take off the Birkins. Don't be staring at my toes, freak. Yeah, I've heard stories about some of you freako suaves. Let me make sure it's a good angle. Man, Uncle Rommy has just got your guys' back. It's kind of ridiculous. But what you're gonna do is take this rope attachment and you're going to do a variation of cable good mornings, which I like to call ring around the Rommies. Yeah, thought that was pretty clever to be honest, but all I'm doing is going to the floor attachment, right? Setting it down as far down as possible. And then from there, instead of just coming back up like this, right? It's how most people are doing it. We want to unlock posture. So what I do is I actually turn out this way, and you should feel a pull along your obliques. And people don't realize this. This rotation is where you're going to have the majority of your stiffness. And that's why most of you jabronis are walking around, even if you're in good shape, stiffer than a cardboard box, looking like you're about to snap in half if you were to walk and take the wrong step. You just go just like that, and you really want to crank on the mobility aspect of this movement. Let me reset. And another thing you can do is you can really crank up on the weight if you would like. So when you're doing it, you're feeling, notice the more I crank this way, the more I feel a pull in a good way. Not like you pulled a muscle, but you'll feel the mobility actually starting to increase. This is the problem. Most people are very stiff and they don't realize that you have to put your body in provocative positions. And you want to feel the stretch. When you're coming down this way, you should feel a pull almost from your lower back hip area all the way up. And that's when you can really start to turn back and forth. And people always ask me, how do you get that Christmas tree look in your lower back? I'm like, well, first off, thank you very much. I worked pretty hard on that. Definitely was a lot more difficult to get the Christmas tree than this mustache that I'm rocking. I know that you noticed it. But another thing you can do if that is too difficult for you starting off, you have to work on your erectors. So a variation off of this is simply coming all the way back up. And that's how you can do it. Just hinge out at your hips, but you don't roll your back on this. You want to keep it straight, and you should feel the pull, and then you're probably going to hit a friction point. Play with it for a second or two, 3, 5 for the real ones, and then you're going to come all the way back. And you can even hit your head to the ground if you want. Just like that. But for the real ones, you want to rock out on the ring around the ramies. Dude, this one is so banger that I'm just doing this for myself. You guys are just watching. And then one for the champ. Okay. All right, let's wrap this up. Last thing you have to listen to. And there you have it, boys. These two moves are really going to dial up. A lot of people talk about presence, and I want to be more confident. This is your walk. That's what training does. Training trains attitude. That's why I genuinely will tell you, fitness, physical training, your diet, everything comes downhill. But fitness is quite literally just the entry fee into the real game of life. You need to take that physique-powered presence and move it over into your real life to reflect in the physique-powered presence that you carry. In your real life should be congruent with that thing. You need it to all be congruent because you're capable of it. If you weren't capable of it, I wouldn't say it. But I promise you, anyone that's ever done anything special, you want to know what they are? They're the average man. As a dude, we're born with a blank canvas. We're all average. People talk about, oh yeah, that's average or whatever. And even for me, I used to have such a negative connotation to that thing, but that's the beauty of it, is we all start average. You can make anything you want happen in your life. It all starts, and I'm not kidding, it literally all starts from the physical. At least for me in my life, that has rang true, and especially in today's world where everything's trying to hijack you and trying to basically plug you into, you know, ridiculous slop, Zog slop all over the world. You realize that, man, everything comes down to you. You can make anything you want happen in your life. But if you're gonna float like a feather in the wind, just like in that Forrest Gump movie, life's just gonna take you for a roller coaster versus you really implanting your jurisdiction on life. That is what it's for. That's why this video, although you're like, dude, I came for just some moves, but now I feel like I can conquer the world, because that's where it starts. It starts from literally just taking everything step by step and giving everything you got to that thing. Everything. And then you allow life to unfold. That's all it comes down to. Anyways, I love you guys. From Uncle Rommy to the Natural Crusaders. Crusadia boys, you guys already know your family, and I got your back for life. If you guys are interested in signing up to Crusadia, I highly recommend it. I think it's waitlisted probably. Just to let you know, we only allow spots 1 time a month. You can sign up for a waitlist. That way you're ready to rock and roll when, game time comes. You have your rite of passage as the crusade, and then get your physique dialed in, best shape of your life on that crusade, and then you move it over into business, because this is a thing that's required in today's world. You have to play the pieces as according as they lay, right? It's all we can do. Anyways, I love you guys. Uncle Rommy out. Peace. Crusadia coded.